Alright. What the hell? Hello and welcome back to another video. In today's video we're going to be exploring some more, well, obviously music, and of course we've touched on a lot of video game music recently, but we're going to be moving over to some anime and going into, well, I've done anime before, as you may know on this channel, but we're going to be looking at some anime openings, which I don't think we've done before. Now, obviously, we do original soundtrack reactions, music reactions predominantly on this channel, and that's, of course, when we could do this reaction, we'll talk about the music a lot, and the sounds and everything like that, but obviously we'll react to the whole thing. And we're going to be starting with an anime that came out a few weeks ago. It's pretty new, called DanDaDan, which I've heard some really good things about. I haven't seen it as of yet. But I think it's going to be quite an interesting one to get into and see what it's like. And I'm quite excited to see what the opening is. So, what we'll do is, I think what we'll do actually is we'll react to the whole thing all the way through. We won't stop, and then maybe afterwards we'll go back over it and kind of like break some things apart, look at what it's doing musically, maybe some other things as well, and we'll see how that goes. Before we do that, please do like the video and subscribe to the channel as well. I'd really appreciate that very, very much. It helps the channel grow. And yeah, so I think I heard about DanDaDan when I saw, I think it was Kojima tweeting about it, and then it kind of came on my radar, and then I thought, well, why not? Let's have a look at some openings. Let's do something a bit different. So, let's not waste any more time, and let's do the thing that's different right now, and let's react to the DanDaDan opening, which is all called Otonoke, I'm sorry if that's wrong, by Creepy Nuts. And we'll react to that in 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, go. Alright. What the hell? Okay. Oh, nice. Ooh. Okay, cool, sweet. Alright. I love this chorus. I like this. I love that guitar. Hell. The cow, no! Alright, okay. Alright. That was very cool. I mean, the art and the imagery and the color palettes, I think was really interesting. These faces as well, like, what the hell is going on there? I can't even get to the right one. There it is. That's just a bizarre thing. It's utterly bizarre. And I think some themes around what we were kind of seeing is bizarre. And I think, well, not bizarre, but kind of extraordinary, shall we say. And I think some of the sounds in it were as well, and some of the music in it. And I think it kind of fits quite well. It kind of feels a bit, you know, otherworldly, which I think a lot of animes are generally, at least a lot of the bigger ones, I guess. Yeah, and then you kind of get this image of normal kind of life, but it's got this mix in with mysticism or magic or powers or aliens or something of the lines. But anyway, let's get back into this reaction. And let's talk about what we kind of hear and what we see as we go through and break it down a little bit more in the second reaction, which we'll do right now. 3, 2, 1, go. So kind of like initially, straight out the gate, we kind of get the dun 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 dun, and that kind of pump underneath it, dun 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 dun. And it's quite an interesting way to start the song. Obviously, it's really drilling in the name of the show coming out of it, but it's kind of again that kind of pulse, and it kind of feels a bit like you're in between sort of conscious and not conscious. You're kind of there, but you're not. Is it real? But it's not. Particularly with all the faces that we kind of see kind of popping out as well, and the expressions on them as well. It kind of feels a bit. It's like you're kind of going through a montage of what you kind of saw, but you're not seeing everything. There's gaps in it and things like that. It kind of feels a bit morphed in that sense. That's the kind of initial vibe that I'm getting. And as we hear, as the song then kind of builds and progresses a bit, that the DanDaDan gets a bit more intense. I think it picks up pace a little bit, and the vocal gets a bit more aggressive as well, gets a bit more out of control. Like here. And this is quite interesting. Like, obviously, we have this kind of more rap, hip hop kind of verse. Obviously, it's in Japanese, so I don't understand it. I wonder if there is subtitles. Let's just see if this works. No, it does not. Yeah, never mind. So I don't know what's saying, but obviously it does have that kind of, again, more kind of breathy kind of pace to it. It kind of feels like it is a bit. It kind of feels like the vocalist is kind of running or something like that. There's a chase or something. There's adrenaline to it, and the beat as well. It's kind of got this dun 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 dun, but kind of feels like they've kind of muted the sound in the sense that it feels like you're hearing the beat from behind glass or something like that. So it's kind of not in your face, and then we've got this bizarre kind of kind of joyful kind of jovial. Like immature, sort of kind of weird, sort of kind of, again, sort of alien sort of sound, like kind of. And it almost sounds like it's a creepy character or something that's kind of just got sort of these kind of squeaks in the back, that again you kind of had this very kind of in your face kind of aggressive vocal, not aggressive but kind of in your face vocal from the kind of the rap verse, and then you've got this kind of pulled back beat, but then you've kind of got this strange sounds in it, and I think that kind of really just set the tone of what this could potentially be. Like, this isn't going to be a run-of-the-mill kind of normal show. This is going to have some twisted elements to it. I think that's kind of what it's trying to say. So here we have some just pure classic lo-fi kind of beats, very much sort of, it kind of feels inspired by particularly sort of Japanese kind of jazz and kind of low laid back music. When you hear the chords, and also you hear the vocal again, it kind of pulls away from that kind of more deeper and more cutting verse, and it kind of pulls back into more of a mixed voice, and it's kind of a little bit more breathy. It's got a bit more whisper into it, and it's a lot lighter, and it kind of goes with this kind of the chords underneath it, and it kind of builds up, and it's got again that kind of lo-fi effect where it feels like it's coming out of like a slightly kind of warped tape or something, like tape recording or something like that. And I love this. This is really cool. So let's talk about this kind of chorus section just a little. It's not like when you're kind of trying to listen to all the parts of what's going on. It's not enormously complex, right? It's not some, 60-piece orchestra or whatever. You kind of have that beat underneath it. You can hear you kind of got just a rhythm guitar just playing the chords away. Obviously, there's a bass line and things like that as well, and sort of other sort of ambient effects in there as well. You have this nice kind of very sort of catchy, far more catchy hook in there as well, and you've got this lovely kind of descending kind of, again, that kind of lo-fi jazz sort of little guitar loop in there as well, which I think sounds really, really nice. I really, really like it. It definitely gives it a more kind of optimistic sort of feel. Kind of feels more sort of jovial and friendly, and that is kind of, I guess, a bit more casual in that sense as well. So that's quite interesting to see how that fits. Some lovely sort of layering vocals in there as well, and you've kind of got, again, some of them you can hear kind of like whispered, and I think some of them are much higher as well. So again, that kind of more ephemeral, ethereal kind of spirit kind of feel to it. And back to the hook of the start of the song, the dun 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 dun. That is obviously a theme of it, but kind of performed very, very differently to how it was at the start. It kind of isn't in your face. It's nice and kind of far more melodic at this stage. Obviously, it's a lot more melodic because you can hear it changing pitch. And it kind of cuts really nicely, actually. That would, I mean, I'm sure it does just cut very nicely into the opening sort of title of whatever the episode is. That was cool. That was very cool. I enjoyed doing that, actually. This is the first opening OP that we've done from an anime. I think it's quite cool. I mean, there's so many that I haven't seen. So maybe looking into some other openings and me trying to basically, from the cues of the opening and the music, guess what the show's like, and then you can tell me what it's like if I'm accurate or completely off in the comments below. I think that'd be quite interesting. So yeah, let me know what your thoughts about the opening is, the music in it, and the show itself in the comments below. Are you enjoying it? Something I'll probably check out now that I've watched this. Yeah, let me know what you thought. Also, if you've got any other ideas for other openings, whack those in the comments below. I'm more than happy to take on suggestions. I really enjoy doing that, so please put those in the comments. If you like this video, well, before I say that, if you've made it all the way to the end at this point, I appreciate you the most. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't liked the video or subscribed yet, please do. I appreciate that. But now, having said all of that and all of that, thank you all so much for watching. I look forward to seeing the next one. Thank you very much. Goodbye.